Mate, what are you even talking about? I'm not stealing ideas. What are you talking about? This is an original idea. I'm definitely not copying anyone. Nah, but in all seriousness though, I'm taking quite heavy inspiration from the Life series for this video, which, as I said, quite obvious. I don't know, I've seen that they were playing on the earlier versions of Minecraft, so I pretty much watched a video as far as seeing them make wooden tools, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do that. So I'm on here now, and my goal is to make something that looks at least somewhat decent. Although we'll have to see how that goes, because it's not exactly the largest variety of blocks on this version. Luckily for me though, the early game doesn't seem to have changed like at all since it's been created. So now the main difference that I know way back in this version is that there isn't any sprinting, which is probably going to end up being really annoying really quickly. But also, I know that there isn't the updated combat, so there's no timed hits, it's just spam with the sword, and then that's about it. I'm going to guess that there probably also isn't like enchanting of any kinds. I mean, that's some pretty interesting terrain over there. That might actually be a contender for a base location. Either that or right here, because I think it would be nice having a little front out on this lake, and it's mostly cleared already, so I don't have to wait for tree leaves to decay, and over there might actually end up being a bit difficult to build in because of those things. Alright, well, for now at least I'm going to put all my stuff down here, and honestly I'm probably just going to end up putting my entire base here in the future. So not that I have much stuff, I am going to put it down. Now something I am going to probably need is a lot of wool. I guess they explode all of their wool off when you hit them. Anyway, yeah, I'm probably gonna need a lot of wool, because that's one of the only actual, like, colorful blocks in the game at this stage, I'm pretty sure. That is actually one of the only things I looked at before making this world, is I looked at all of the types of blocks that you can get back in this version, and looking at the list, probably the best bets for me is going to be wool, wood, sandstone, and maybe a little bit of cobblestone or regular stone. Other than that, I didn't actually really see too many types of wood that would actually look good. And as you can see, there is actually birch trees here, but if I break one open, you can see when I create wood out of it, it's just regular planks. Like, it's not actual the birch wood that we have now. But I'm thinking I could be able to use this birch wood texture for maybe like a wall or something. Okay, it is coming to nighttime, and it is pretty scary in this version. Like, I'm pretty sure the mobs just hit you before you can hit them, so I might have to just make a little dirt hut and live out the night. While I wait the night out, I'm probably just going to dig up a whole bunch of cobblestone, because I'm imagining I'm going to need a lot of it. And who knows, maybe if I'm lucky, I might even just run into a cave doing this. It might actually be more beneficial if I go down to a lower level for this. So if I remember correctly, the old level for diamonds was at Y12. So I might go down that way, and hopefully while I'm down there I can pick up some iron before I find any diamonds. Oh, here we go. Hopefully this is a good cave. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I'm dead. Man. Oh, that sucks. I really was hoping that I wasn't gonna die. Alright, starting fresh. This is great. Oh, well, I really don't know how I missed it, but there's actually a cave, like, directly right here next to spawn. So I'm hoping it's going to be somewhat fruitful, way more than the last couple of caves we've got. And I did actually just see iron right there, so it's already looking good. Okay, hopefully there's a bit more to this cave than just this. Alright, okay buddy, I see how it is. I mean, I shouldn't be mad about iron, but still though, coal would be freaking lovely. Oh, boy, you're joking. I left for 3 seconds and come back and I'm getting killed. Oh, really, dude? Well, I wasn't recording. And a creeper blew up. And I'm kind of glad I wasn't, because I screamed really loudly. Well, regardless, we're going to risk going into this cave with low health, because honestly, we don't really have much to lose. And most of what I want is pretty much just right here in this coal, because I doubt that this cave is going to go far, looking at the cave so far. Oh, and look at that, I got more iron too. Oh, well, one piece, never mind. Man, not that one piece, what are you talking about? This seems to be a little bit of a decent cave. There's quite a lot of iron in here. Yeah, I didn't think about getting out. Also, this is so slow going up this water. What the hell, man? Okay, I'm going to try and get some food before I go down into the actual cave, because Even though there isn't hunger, there is food, and the food just goes straight to your health. I've actually seen so far that the only animal that gives food is pigs. So hopefully there are some of them around. If not, I do have 2 uncooked pork chops in here, which I'm going to cook up. Oh my god. There is no pigs to be seen, bro. Holy. Well, I'm definitely going to be needing that now. There's also another cave over here. Or not, never mind. Great. I love this version of the game, guys. Boy, oh boy, do I love this version of the game, guys. Let me eat this pork. It does 4 hearts, so that's not too bad, I suppose. But again, there is just no pigs around to keep my supply up. Regardless, I think I'm going to go back down into that cave I was at before. And hopefully that other part has a little bit more area to it. If not, there's a couple more caves around the area, but there's not much to them by the looks. God, it actually feels like I'm walking like a marathon every single time I come over here. I don't even know if I want to go down into this cave because it's annoying as shit to get out of. I hate how you have to click each and every individual item. No shift clicks or nothing. If not nothing, there is at least iron in this part of the cave and coal. Starting to believe that that's it though. You know, I don't even think I really need that much stuff anyway. I'm just going to try and start collecting some resources, and maybe I might scope out some sort of a loose scaffold of what I'm going to build. I am actually going to redact that statement and stay in this cave for the night. Alright, well, now that I'm out of the cave, I'm actually going to start, as I said, planning the build out a little bit. So I'm thinking, see, I really don't know. I'm trying to decide whether I want to build a castle of some kinds, or attempt to build a castle, or just go simple and build a house or something. Now, I think a castle would be more interesting, but with the resources, I really don't know how that's going to go. Okay, so I'm going to actually see what it requires to make sandstone, because if it's going to be obnoxious, then I'm definitely not going to use it. Now, my best guess is that it's probably just 4 sand, and which it is. Alright, and it does seem to be like somewhat of a little bit of a desert around this area, so I might craft a shovel or 2, maybe a few actually, and try and collect up a decent amount of sand. Alright, well, it took me actually quite a long time to get just 1 stack of sand, so this is probably going to be quite a long process, because 1 stack only makes 16, and if I'm going to use this as my primary resource, yeah, it's probably going to take quite a while. I don't know, I'm willing to do it though, because it's probably one of the better looking blocks in this version. Okay, well, I'm going to quickly pulverize this area for sand, and that should give me quite a lot of stuff. And then after that, I'm probably going to use a lot of wood, so I'll probably collect some of that, probably get rid of the foresty area around here, so that I have a clear space to use. I don't know, we'll figure it out as we go, but I know for now that I'm 100% going to use sandstone, so I'm going to collect up a whole bunch of it. Well, this kind of got me a bit annoyed. I just finished up with the sand and chopped a whole bunch of wood, and I wasn't even recording. Like, come on now. Regardless, I've got like 4 stacks and a bit of birch wood, and 4 stacks and a bit of oak wood as well. So that should hopefully be enough. I'm planning to use this more just for like the actual wood itself, and then this just for the texture of like the log. But anyway, right now I am smelting up some bricks. I don't know whether I'm going to use them for roofing or for floor or whatever, but I do have somewhat of a plan. I decided to go for a house because I think a castle is just kind of what everyone does in the older versions of Minecraft. Because whenever I look up beta base design, it's just like a bunch of castles and barely any houses. In terms of the builds where people intentionally play the version just to build. Alright, well, I'm going to dig myself into a hole and wait for some of this to smelt up. Now, I did actually find a better place where I think I'm going to build the base at. It's a little bit over this way, and I found it while I was cutting wood down, and I'm about to take you over there, but I'm just going to get the wool from these sheep first, because they're a little bit annoying to get. Okay, so you can just see it coming through the tree line here. It's actually quite a nice location, really. It's got, like, this big cave section here. That's not the main part that I'm really here for it for, but it is an added benefit, I suppose. But I just think that this place is actually a really good location because it's got nice tall mountains that I can build off of, so I don't have to build it back, because I really don't want to build it back if I'm going to be honest. And it's kind of got a little bit of a beach area over here, or more just a lake, I think it actually is. But regardless, it's quite high off the ground, so I might have to do some sort of terraforming, which I'm not exactly looking forward to because it's quite slow in this version. So what I'm thinking is I might do like a high platform house with a couple of different sections off on this area, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of terrain work to fix this up and make it nice, and have some wheat fields maybe if there's wheat in this version. I'm pretty sure there is though, because I'm relatively sure bread was one of the first pieces of food in the game. But I don't know how you get seeds or anything. Oh, there's a sheep over there. Let me go get that guy. Yeah, I'm collecting the wool, but I don't actually really know what I'm going to do with it because I'm also collecting the birch. So one of these two is probably going to be the walls. And I was just thinking just then, if they're close enough color, which it looks like they actually kind of are, I might be able to use both of them and just texture with one or the other. Another small little thing that I'm thinking, if I do end up building a high platform house here, and terraforming this area like I was planning, I'm probably going to have to remove this mountain, which is a fairly big task. I mean, like, look at the size of it, and there's no haste 2 beacons that is going to allow me to do this in seconds either. I don't know, if I do decide to build here, I'll probably build up the area first, and then see if this needs to be removed. Yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of technicalities I need to think up, but most of the resources are gathered now, so I might actually be able to start soon. But then again, I don't actually know where to start, so I might just place all this stuff down first and go over there and see some kind of a layout in mind. Alright, so I'm thinking I'm probably going to build the house on this section. It would be nice to do it here because it's nice and flat, but I don't really want to put it back into this. So I'm thinking right here and going around the corner. And I might probably not completely flatten this, but bring it down a bit. Yeah, this is a pretty miserable process, and mind you, I had to do this for this much sand. Alright, so that took way too long to be honest, but at least we can finally start building. So I think I'm going to just start by trying to lay out a little bit of a kind of a rough sketch of where it's going to go on the floor, and then I'm going to build it up. So this is the actual result of the house here. It kind of came out how I imagined it, but it was also very different in my mind as well. And yes, I did not finish it, and no, I will not be. Now, I think I am still going to go ahead with putting a big wheat field out the front, and I did actually just figure out how you get seeds. You just hoe the ground like this until it drops a seed. Oh my god, this is a great example, isn't it? Okay, there we go. Although before I do that though, I am going to try and put in a little bit of a path going through, probably with gravel, because it's the best pathy type block that we have in this version. I don't know if this is actually going to look good or not, the gravel path, but I'm going to do it anyway, and hopefully it does. Alright, and then to try and help on not having to put down so much wheat, I'm going to make a little bit of a pond here, probably only going to be 1 deep, because I can't be bothered digging out a big pond. Alright, and then I might try and attempt to make a loose cobble fence, or more like a border along where the grass is going to go, or the wheat, I mean, sorry. Might be a little bit hard without cobblestone slabs though, but like, I mean, it's kind of working, but it's just very, very, very loose, and I don't know, it would just be nice if I could get that extra slab layer on top. Maybe just like back here somewhere, I need to put like a stair down on top of one of them. I don't know, I have a feeling that's going to look like ass though, that's the only thing. Yeah, because that's like far too tall. I only just need the half block. Oh, that's so annoying. Alright, well, I've kind of figured out a bit of a way to make it work a little bit better, and it seems to be working alright, actually. This one's a little bit too close, though. Yeah, that looks good, actually. Not that one. Okay, yeah, that does actually help quite a bit there, because I'm imagining the main focal viewpoint is going to be from around about here. Alright, well, that's that done, but now comes the most painful part, which is actually just trying to get the seeds, not even placing them. I'm also fairly certain that the water only spreads 3 blocks out instead of the 4 that it usually does. god, this is going to be horrible to fill this entire field up. Oh my god, that's an entire shovel down, and I only got 10 seeds plus whatever's down here. That's actually so bad, bro. Holy. You know, I'm going to actually just make 10 stone hoes right now, and then I'm going to go off and I'm going to use them all to completion and see how many seeds I get. Alright, and that's the final hoe. That is so bad. I think that was actually 11 hoes because I wasn't really counting properly while crafting them. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna hope that this at least does a decent portion, and I need to make another hoe as well, which stinks. Okay, that's some of the seeds down. I'm trying to contemplate whether I want to keep on going and make it a little bit further or not. I think the most I might do is I might just round out that edge a little bit, and then I'm gonna come in and do another small patch here. And then I gotta decide something to do over here. Okay, I just ran out of seeds, but I'm almost done. This is all I'm gonna do, so hopefully I should only have to collect a few. Alright, finally. Now, for this space here, I really don't know. I've got to put something there, because this wall is just, like, super bland, but whether I put more wheat or what, but I really just don't know. I might just actually sit here and think about it for a little bit. Alright, well, I was going to put down a stone bench there, but I forgot that there's no upside down stairs, so it's not really going to work very well. I mean, I suppose I could probably just put one down like this, but that kind of looks goof. I might just go for wheat there and just leave it at that. Okay, so the wheat is down, and now I'm pretty sure the base is done. And I didn't actually do the backside over there, which I'll just show you real quick. Yep, as you can see, this entire corner of the roof is just completely missing, and it will never exist because I'm not going to do it. And also, there is still mountain inside this house. Never going to happen. Never going to be gone. Now, if I don't say so myself, I think that this is actually a pretty successful build. I mean, it looks pretty cool. I definitely would not build this build anywhere outside of this version, though, because it is pretty horrendous. Although I might try using more raised foundations, because this was actually a kind of a cool concept. But anyway, I'm going to AFK for this wheat to grow, and then we'll see how it looks with it all fully grown. Alright, well, that took absolutely forever. That was like 40 minutes, dude. But it is all grown now, and I'm pretty sure there's not a single piece that isn't grown. Maybe one's over here. I don't know. But anyway, I don't actually know whether I prefer it with the wheat fully grown or not. It's a bit too repeating texture. But regardless, I think that that is the build. And I am pretty happy with it too. It's actually a really nice looking build. I might go cover up those windows though, because I don't like being able to see. Anyway, it's been pretty fun playing on this version. It's very old and very slow, but it was actually a pretty fun experience. So if you haven't done it before, definitely try and do it yourself. Alright, well, I've got a lot of work to do in the newer versions of the game, so hopefully I'll see you there.